Join me as I take on the challenge of correcting the top 10 grammar mistakes we all make without even realizing it. Let's see if I can ace this quiz. Mastering grammar is essential for effective communication, and yet, many of us take it for granted. We often focus on the content of our writing, assuming that our grammar will magically fall into place. But the truth is, grammar is the backbone of our writing, and even the smallest mistakes can change the entire meaning of our message. Grammar mistakes are more prevalent than you might think. Whether it's in a casual social media post or a professional email, errors can sneak up on us when we least expect it. In fact, studies show that even the most accomplished writers and professionals are guilty of making grammar mistakes. The scariest part is that many of us are unaware of our errors, and that's what makes them so sneaky. We've all been there, hitting send on an email or posting a status update, only to realize later that we've made a mistake that makes us cringe. The problem is, grammar mistakes can be really hard to catch, especially when we're writing in a hurry. And let's be honest, who hasn't sent a text or email with a typo or grammatical error at some point? It's easy to get complacent, especially when we're writing in a casual setting. But the truth is, grammar mistakes can make us look careless, unprofessional, and even unintelligent. They can undermine our credibility and make our writing less effective. So, are you ready to test your grammar skills and see if you're making some of the most common mistakes? Let's dive into the top 10 most common grammar mistakes and see if you can spot them. Mistake number 10, it's versus its. This one is a classic, but it's still a mistake that many of us make. The rule is simple: if you can replace the word with it is, use its. If you can't, use its. Easy peasy, right? Let's try another one. Mistake number 9, affect versus effect. This one is a bit trickier, but the general rule is that affect is a verb, while effect is a noun. So, if you're talking about something happening to someone or something, use affect. If you're talking about the result of an action, use effect. Mistake number 8, whose versus whose. This one is similar to its versus its. If you can replace the word with who is, use whose. If you can't, use whose. Simple, right? I have to say, I was surprised to learn that one of the most common grammar mistakes is the misuse of the word me versus I. Mistake number 7, me versus I. This one is easy to get wrong, but the rule is simple: if you're the one performing the action, use I. If you're the one receiving the action, use me. So, it's my friend and I went to the store, not my friend and me went to the store. Mistake number 6, misplacing adverbs. Adverbs like only or barely need to be placed carefully. Compare, I only eat vegetables, meaning that's all you eat, versus I eat only vegetables, emphasizing the exclusivity. Watch your word placement. Mistake number 5, incorrect comparisons. Remember, use then with comparisons, not then. For example, she is taller than me, not than me. Simple. Mistake number 4, overusing double negatives. Double negatives cancel each other out and create confusion. For example, instead of saying, I don't have no money, just say, I don't have money. Much clearer. Mistake number 3, dangling modifiers. A dangling modifier happens when the subject of a sentence is unclear. For instance, running late, the coffee spilled. Wait, is the coffee running late? Fix it by saying, running late, I spilled the coffee. Mistake number 2, mixing your and your. This one's a classic. Your shows possession, like your book is on the table, while your is short for you are, as in, you're doing great. Mixing these up can lead to awkward sentences. Ready to test this later? Keep watching. Mistake number 1, misusing apostrophes. Apostrophes are for contractions and possession, but not plurals. For example, the dog's leash means the leash belongs to the dog. But if you're talking about multiple dogs, just say, the dogs are running. No apostrophe needed. Quiz section, interactive. I'll read a sentence. You tell me if it's correct or not. If it's wrong, can you fix it? Question 1, you're going to the store later, right? Wrong. It should be you're going to the store later, right? Question 2, the dog wagged its tail happily. Oops. It's its tail, no apostrophe. Question 3, she has less friends than me. Incorrect. It's fewer friends, because friends are countable. Question 4, me and Sarah are planning the trip. Wrong. It should be Sarah and I are planning the trip. Question 5, to who should I send this email? Not quite. It's to whom should I send this email? In this video, we covered the top 10 most common grammar mistakes, from it's versus it's to then versus then. Mastering these mistakes can make a huge difference in the effectiveness of your writing. Remember, grammar is not just about following rules, it's about communicating effectively and being taken seriously. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the most common grammar mistake you used to make before you learned to correct it? And if you want to learn more about grammar tips, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be sharing some helpful tricks to improve your writing skills.